Hello, bonjour, bonsoir. Sawabona, is that another one? My name is Viola Llewellyn. It's a pleasure to be here. I am the co-founder of Ovamba Solutions. It is a fintech platform based in the United States, co-founded by myself, of Cameroonian origin. How does this work, please? Oh, imagine that. And my co-founders, we started the company in 2013. We started the company in 2013 and went to Cameroon with the idea that we would solve the problem of access to finance for African SMEs. And in working with microfinance institutions and learning the lay of the land, we understood that we were looking at the problem the wrong way. Access to capital is not about not having any money within the African context. It is actually about trying to figure out what that money should best be used for, finding the right companies to give that capital to, and in our case, understanding that the $368 billion credit gap will not be solved by banks, because really the problem that we are now devoted to is about building wealth for businesses. And with the 470 million Africans that are there, the problems that they face have got everything to do with the banks not being able to provide things like innovation, or not being able to have the right amount of literacy or financial understanding to actually fill out the forms. They are multi-banked. They are expensive to fund. And in the case of underwriting risk, they don't do what we do, which is incorporate information such as tribal data, culture, and about 200 more data points in order to understand African risk as it really is, not the way we think it is. And we created Ovamba Plus and a number of other pieces of technology in order to allow onboarding very quickly, decisioning and risk management much faster than banks, and to do something that isn't banking, and that is actually funding trade. Funding trade for Africans is important because majority of GDP is pushed by this specific group. And those who are in the informal sector are also involved in the buying and selling of something or in commodities farming. And this is the group that we chose to focus on. I mentioned that we don't lend money. What we instead do is buy the goods of the customers, clear them through customs and importation, because that actually is a bottleneck to trade on the continent, and provide logistics and warehousing support. Think about it. If you've never been able to grow past startup point for a number of generations, you probably have not had the ability to put aside the capital to build a warehouse. So if you're going to do what we do, which is bring growth to the environment, you are not going to have a warehouse for all the increased inventory. So we do what Airbnb does. We have a dashboard of all of the warehouses that belong to our other customers, and we are able to make use of the resources on the ground and put goods belonging to one of our customers into others and allow them to scale. This also solves the problem of cash flow hell, which is what actually stymies majority of Africa's SMEs. By allowing them to apply for their funding transactions, we've created a natural language chatbot that takes away the issue of not being able to talk in post-colonial languages. It also allows, when we work with banks, to have that application transliterated onto paper in the bank, and now doesn't matter which of the 2,000 languages you speak, you are not excluded from finance. Getting the visibility and understanding of the operations, most of my colleagues know when you show up with a bundle of pieces of paper and fistfuls of receipts, somebody has to create a way to make that understood and then coach the customers to be better. And then the real-time control of those assets. In the 5 years that we've been around, we have originated about 120 million euro and a little over by now 1,080 transactions. We love the fact that we're not a bank because we don't provide loans. We fund transactions. We do not put money into the hands of customers, so this means that our investors have their risk mitigated, and it stops anybody from regulating us as a bank. We are a trade and technology company. Next year, we expect that our revenues will probably be somewhere closer to 3 to 5. Our solution is so good and so clever and so totally sticky because it allows us to have access to the value chain of these wholesale and retailers that the World Economic Forum invited us to be ambassadors for the next 2 years, because they really did appreciate the social impact of our solution. One of the ones that is close to my heart is not providing solutions that provide debt. These are the things that we've been able to do, and this is where we're going in the next few years.